especially after Trump suggested the tech exemptions might not be permanent.
The president of El Salvador visits the White House today. Last week, the Supreme Court ordered the government to facilitate the release of a Maryland.
Yeah, okay. Let's go over here on the video live stream. Good morning to those of you watching on the video live stream. Mike, you can sit here because we've got extra room now.
All right, then I'll move over here.
And so you gentlemen, if you don't mind, share that microphone there.
Yes, of course.
And then Mike and whoever else, who's our third person showing up this morning?
Brielle. He's the first runner-up.
Okay, so we've got Mr. Blossom Time, Mr. Nice Guy, and the first runner-up all showing up here. And the second runner-up is still running.
The second runner-up, he should be on his way. He said that he was told 7:30. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who knows?
Hey, that's not on us.
So everyone else was told 7 o'clock. Okay, no.
Who knows?
But
Who knows?
Okay, and so when you talk on the microphone, make sure you get up right here. So both of you just do that. There you go. Yeah, just keep it centered. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Good morning. How late? So how late were you up last night?
It took me a minute to get in the mood to fall asleep, but when I was there, it was probably like 12:30. I was out.
Okay.
I was out.
So you finally got to sleep at 12:30, and then you said, "I've got to be on WSJM at 7 o'clock this morning."
Yeah.
How about you? What time did you get to?
So we got out of the pageant around 11.
Okay.
And then got home. I had to shower, get myself prepared for this morning, and so I was in bed around 12:30. So it was a late night for both of us.
Wow.
And an early morning.
That's exciting. That's super exciting. I mean, because the pageant ends around 10-ish for the general public.
Yeah.
But then what do you do after that? Are there tons of photos and?
Yeah.
Tons of photos. We had.
Is there a
few
secret
interviews.
coronation? Like secret coronation where they bring the crown and the
No,
swords?
they come out with the sword. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, they took me
interesting.
into a separate room and everything.
Yeah.
No
It was
pictures.
interesting. They gathered the court all together, and they were like, "All right, come on, let's walk." I was like, "Where are we going?" And we're walking through this long corridor and this winding hallway, and we come around a corner, and there's a big balcony with all our family on it, and they're all cheering. And then there's a bunch of people just on the floor, and they're like, "All right, picture time." And so we're lined up, and we're just taking pictures. And then they're like, "All right, you guys are free to go."
Nice.
And then it was a maze. I was lost trying to get back to find my dressing room.
That's great. Well, congratulations. We appreciate you coming into the studio this morning, and we'll be talking with you a little bit about your experience and what it means to represent as Mr. Blossom Time for 2025. I imagine you've got your work cut out for you now. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big year.
Okay.
Big week. I mean, just first going into it, it's a lot for sure.
Yeah. All right. And starts today. So here, come on in. Yeah. Have a seat right there.
Hey.
You're good. Okay. Hello. Okay. And we will continue this interview with our Mr. Blossom Time court. The royalty has arrived. It's right here on the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have it right after our local news. We'll start talking with members of the court here on WSJM.
Mind the thought of tussling with these folks at all, on the left or the right. All of them disgust me, to be quite honest with you.
Told ABC's This Week that President Trump mismanaged the trade war, but the Democrats are now paying the price for focusing on the wrong issues in last year's election.
But there's only one party running this country right now because the Democrats have no muscle whatsoever.
Smith works for ESPN, which is owned by Disney, the parent company of ABC News. Brian Clark, ABC News.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit?
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
I love these side conversations. Mr. Nice Guy's dad keeps calling. Is he calling you or are you calling him?
No, he's calling me.
Okay.
Yep.
Is he tuned in? He's got it on the Facebook live stream now?
Yeah, it's cracking him up. He was like, I'm calling you and I'm talking to you, but you're not answering your phone. I'm like, probably a little delay.
Well, in case you're just tuning in, we have the Mr. Blossom Time 2025 court in the house, and we welcome Mr. Blossom Time, Mr. First Runner-Up, Mr. Nice Guy, and we'll be talking with these fine individuals in just a moment, who they are, where they represent, and what it means to them to represent as Mr. Blossom Time for 2025. That's coming up in just a moment. First, we've got to get to some news and weather. The weather forecast for today, as we talked about, does call for partly sunny skies today. Just a slim chance of rain, a high around 63. It's going to be windy today, tonight, and tomorrow, so just put that aside. Partly cloudy skies for tonight, 30% chance of rain, a low of 40. And Tuesday's forecast, partly cloudy, a 40% chance of rain, and a high around 47 degrees. Wednesday, as we're looking at the forecast there, mostly sunny and a high around 53 degrees. News from the WSJM newsroom. Multiple counties in Berrien County can expect paving work to begin early this week. Berrien County Road Department's Adri Boone tells us that contractors will be preparing for some scratch and seal work that will happen coming up this summer.
What people might see as soon as next week is the preparation work. So there's some minor milling to the existing services and any of the approaches. So intersection approaches or driveway approaches within the roads that are being improved this year. That preparation will then allow, starting the week of the 21st, for those paving crews to come in.
Once the roads have been milled, the contractor will arrange for some paving operations. Boone mentioned that while locations will not be complete all at once, commuters can anticipate single-lane closures during the work.
It will be up to the contractor. We don't necessarily have that order yet, but we did want to just let people know, hey, if you are a resident or if you do travel any of these roads, expect you seeing some actions or possible delays in travel in the near future.
During the seal coat process, drivers may encounter some total lane closures and traffic restrictions. Additional information will be provided by the road department as they reach specific areas. To see a location map of all the work, visit our website, WSJM.com, when we have it right there. The Berrien County Prosecutor's Office is drawing attention to child abuse and sexual abuse during this Child Abuse Prevention Month. Speaking to the Berrien County Board of Commissioners, Prosecutor Amy Bird said 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will experience sexual abuse before the age of 18, and most cases go unreported. Bird said the majority of cases are perpetrated by a family member or a family friend.
We talk about it because it occurs at every socioeconomic level, every race, religion, and every gender. And we talk about it because talking about it and breaking the silence leads to prevention.
Bird said the prosecutor's office has its own victims advocacy unit that works with victims of child abuse and child sexual abuse.
Who provide services to victims every day who have to go through the criminal justice system. They are there to walk with them through that process and be a shoulder or an ear, or even just decode the confusing and frustrating criminal legalese for them.
The prosecutor's office also has partnerships with groups like Caring Connection, which runs an abuse shelter, and the Children's Advocacy Center, which provides counseling and advocates for the victims of abuse as they're moved through the legal system. And Area Economic Development Group Cornerstone Alliance has officially launched a 2025 strategic action plan intended to help expand economic opportunities throughout Berrien County and make its vision known. The Cornerstone Board of Directors approved the document in March to help reflect the priorities of the organization under the new president, Marla Schneider. She tells us there are 4 main priorities led by economic development.
We'll be meeting with existing primary employers to see if we can connect them with resources, help them with business expansions, things of that nature. Also within economic development is business attraction.
Schneider says a Cornerstone Alliance, what? Clock. Schneider says Cornerstone Alliance has a major attraction effort now underway targeting specific industries like manufacturing and aerospace. Another priority, they say, housing development.
Our goal here is to do a market analysis for the entire county. We know that it's not a one-size-fits-all for every community. So what New Buffalo wants and needs is different from what Niles would want and need within their community. So that market analysis will do a deep dive into each community.
Once that study is complete, Schneider says Cornerstone will hire a staff member specifically to work with communities and developers to make new housing happen. Another priority is community development, which involves making sure individual communities have the tools in place to incentivize development. Another priority, site and asset development. That priority is about making sure businesses interested in moving to Berrien County will have suitable locations. There is a spec site currently that Cornerstone helped develop at 2274 Your Avenue in Benton Township that's apparently falling under that category. Schneider says the new plan is intended to be a roadmap for the year, laying a good foundation for Cornerstone to prove itself in the community. That's a look at some of the local news that we have in the WSJM newsroom. We have more to talk about. We have sports coming up in just a moment from Dave Wolf. But first off, we've got royalty in the house. None other than Mr. Blossom Time Court for 2025 is here. And we have Mr. Blossom Time, the first runner-up, and Mr. Nice Guy. They're all here. They've descended upon us. They've deigned us with their presence. Mike Weibel with the trumpet in the background. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. And let's do a quick round of introductions. We'll start with Mr. Blossom Time. Give us your name, where you're from, what schools you represent and community you represent, and what it is that Blossom Time means to you. So start first and make friends with that microphone. Go right there. Grab it.
It's still crazy hearing Mr. Blossom Time. It doesn't feel real yet. My name is Ross Beddick, and I am Mr. Blossom Time 2025. I represent the community of Stevensville. So I live in Stevensville, and I go to Lakeshore. Let's go.
Go Lancers. There you go.
And Blossom Time means a lot to me. It's just kind of being a role model for others to follow and just showing how great all of our communities really are.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate it. Congratulations on your Mr. Blossom Time crowning.
Yeah.
Let's hear from our first runner-up. Name, community that you represent, and what Blossom Time means to you.
Okay, hey guys, my name is Brielle Doris. The community I represent is South Haven, and Blossom Time means to me, it means a lot. You know, you pride yourself on leadership and things of that nature, and I'm really big into community service in South Haven. We have a lot of opportunities for that. I read to the kids. I work on youth football camps. You know, I do things of that nature. So if I get to go out in other communities and represent something bigger than that means a lot to me. And I'm very grateful to be here today.
Congratulations on your success in the competition as well. All right. And let's hear from Mr. Nice Guy.
My name is Luke Laffey. I'm Mr. Nice Guy to the Blossom Time Court 2025. Representing the community of Berrien Springs, lived there all my life, and I go to Berrien Springs High School. Blossom Time to me is about the unity, the coming together. What was there, 27 of us? 28? How many? There was 27 guys. 28? Yeah. There was 28 guys. We all got to know each other, got to become close friends. In the end of the day, only 4 came out on top, but that's all right. But to me, Blossom Time is about the community and the coming together and just being able to show off where you're from.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you very much, and congratulations, gentlemen. Yes, Mike.
And Luke's platform is sore feet.
Sore feet.
So the world peace, he's tackling sore feet this year.
We'll talk about that. If you missed any of that, we had it on the video live stream where the shoes were new. Is that the issue?
Yes.
All right. We'll break them in. You've got a lot of work to do this year, so we'll do that. All right. Well, congratulations and welcome to the WSJM studios. We're going to continue this interview right now on the video live stream. So we'll have that. We've got more coming up. We've got sports with Dave Wolf. We've got more news to talk about as well. It's right here on the WSJM Morning Show. If you want to watch the video in its entirety, it's happening right now on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to your social media platform of choice. Type in WSJM. There may be a small delay. Luke's dad, so you can just watch that, and it'll all work out. It'll be just fine. We'll be right back on the WSJM Morning Show.
Western Michigan's hockey.
All right, continuing on the video live stream. I hope you don't mind me sharing that.
Of course.
Okay. All right. No, that's super cool. So let's start with Luke, since we were talking to you about your dad. How has your dad, your family been there with you during this competition? Why did you get involved? Let's start off with that and why you got involved in Blossom Time.
So my family has been involved. My parents especially have been my biggest supporters. Like, my parents have been there for me for everything. Genuinely, I cannot thank my parents enough. I love my parents. They're amazing. But what got me into the competition is I've never been to a pageant. I've never done any of this in my entire life. And my chairperson cuts my hair. And so we were talking, and she was like, I think you'd be good for this. You should come out and do it. Yeah. And I was like, seems kind of lame. And then she was like, no, come out and do it. Come out and do it.
I love your honesty, man.
I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And so I started going to the practices for the Miss Berrien Springs pageant.
Okay.
And so I started going to the practices and I met those people and it was cool, but I was like, I don't know. And then it started going on and kept going on and on and on. And then we had our pageant and I was like, all right, this is a lot of fun. Like I had a blast at our pageant. And then after our pageant, when we started going out to the other communities and started doing things with them, that's when I was like, all right, like this is cool.
Yeah.
Getting to meet these people and just visit all these other communities. I was like, this is where it's at. That's when I knew I was like, this is for me.
That's I can see why you're Mr. Berrien Springs.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And Mr. Nice Guy as
Yeah.
well. That's good. Let's go over to talk with Mr. Blossom Time, Ross from Stevensville. Give us just a little bit of an insight. When did you make the decision to get involved in this pageant and why?
Yeah, so this summer I worked down at Freedom Boat Club St. Joe, and one of my coworkers there, he kind of volunteers for the Miss Stevensville organization.
Okay.
And he was like, Ross, you need to go out with this. You're personable, you're kind, and you care about your community. And initially I was kind of like Luke. I was like, I don't know. Not
You were a little
quite my
bit reluctant,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. But I went to that first practice and it was like, it turns out it is my thing. I don't know.
Okay.
And then I started meeting all these guys, amazing guys from the different communities. And it's something I really enjoy, just meeting new faces, new people, and just, yeah.
That's fantastic. What and so how long had you been in the running for this? When did you first start?
So I believe Stevensville, Mr. Stevensville was the second pageant. So that was in November.
Okay.
And I've been going since then.
Man, and it all culminated last night at Lake Michigan
Yeah.
College. That must have
Mhm.
been an amazing moment. We'll talk about that moment if you don't mind in just a moment. First, let's hear from our first runner-up, Brielle from South Haven. Thanks for making the drive up. Appreciate or drive over, down. Anyway, when did you get involved with Blossom Time?
I was assisting with our pageant in November. My friend Cooper did Mr. South Haven, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm the only one running. It's me and a bunch of girls."
Hey, that's.
I was like,
So he was looking for someone to like, hey, come on, I need
Yes,
somebody
he
else to
was.
talk to
And
here.
one of the females on the court asked me, why not do it? You're a natural born leader. You're very representable, and we'd love to have you. Your personality is amazing. And I was like, well, I don't want to brag, but yeah, I helped out with their pageant, and it was amazing to watch. And after I helped out with their pageant, Cooper obviously was the only guy that ran for Mr. South Haven, and they got to send 2 to Blossom Time. So I gladly took the opportunity to go.
And here you are, first runner-up.
Yes, sir, I am. This is my first pageant ever. I'm very grateful.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Blossom Time was your first pageant?
First pageant.
Wow.
I've never done anything like this.
I
before.
honestly don't think there's a single guy that went out for Blossom Time who's done pageants before.
Really?
So
It's
I
all
think it's
freshmen?
the first time for everyone.
Yeah. Well, besides their community pageants, a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're community pageants, of course.
Okay. All right. We're going to continue this conversation in just a moment. We've got to get some weather out of the way here, but we're talking with the 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court. And a special thanks to Phil McDonald for hosting last night. He did a great job. We're getting a lot of head nodding in the back and wonderful. So Phil McDonald, he can not only call basketball games, football games, whatever sports event we want, anything, but he can do Mr. Blossom Time as well. So that's very good. And we have Miss Blossom Time. That pageant is coming up this evening, and you can hear it right here on WSJM. Or if you're in South Haven, you can hear it on Cozy. All right, we've got more coming up in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Partly sunny skies today. We'll see occasional rain showers at times. That will stay really light, but mild temperature, 63 will be the high. A little bit breezy at times today as well. Partly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to 40. We do have a chance of rain tomorrow, especially in the morning, with a high of only 47. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Oh boy, it's the WSJM Morning Show. You never know what's going to happen here because we had 3 guests. Now we have 4 guests. This is fantastic. Hi, and good morning. Welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. We have our second runner-up, and he is Rowan from Niles. Somebody transmitted the wrong time, but you're here.
I was told 7:30, but better late than never, I guess.
Exactly.
So yeah. This is weird being on the other end because normally I run a podcast at the high school.
You have a podcast, so
Yeah.
you know the drill here.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's weird being on the other end where someone's asking me the questions.
Well, this is going to be
you know.
good then. This
Oh,
will, this will be real good. All right, we're talking with Rowan. He's second runner-up and you're Mr. Niles.
Yes.
Congratulations on that
Thank
title
you.
as well. We're talking with the entire 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court. We're going to get this going again. So just going around, we'll do first names. Mr. Blossom Time is Ross from Stevensville. First runner-up is Brielle from South Haven. Second runner-up is Rowan from Niles. And Mr. Nice Guy is Luke here. And we love Luke already because he speaks his mind.
Sure do. Sure do.
That's a Luke move.
To get Mr. Nice Guy, what's the process here? Tell people how does Mr. Nice Guy get chosen?
There is no process. You just be yourself.
No, but I mean somebody has to vote you in.
Oh, okay. All right. So they took us, we were at LMC. They took us up like 6 flights of stairs. And speaking of scares, I'm so scared of heights. So the whole time I was terrified.
And he didn't. I looked down and I go, Luke, don't look down.
It was scary.
Don't look down.
And so they put us in this gray room with like 10 chairs, and there's like 28 of us. So some guys are sitting on tables, sitting on the floor. There's a bunch of us in this gray room. And then that 3 at a time, they take 3 out in the hallway, and 1 at a time they go into the interview room. There you go, you do your interview. And then outside is a little desk with a paper with all the king's pictures.
Okay.
And then your first choice, your second choice, and you sign it. And so you write down your first choice for Mr. Nice Guy, second choice for Mr. Nice Guy, sign your name.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is a peer selection.
Yep.
Fantastic. And so your peers said, this is our Mr. Nice Guy. Luke is the nicest guy among all of us.
He's a great guy.
Okay. All right. Very good. And let's catch up. We've got the second runner-up for Mr. Blossom Time here, Rowan from Niles. Like the other royalty did, please introduce yourself, what community you're representing, and what Blossom Time means to you.
Well, I'm Rowan. I'm from Niles. And Blossom Time means to me it's something new. My siblings, they were into it when they were younger, and this is all kind of new to me. But I really want to see what it has to offer and what I can learn from it and what I can teach people in the younger. And one of these things I want to do is learn what it does, and then I want to teach people and get more people into it, because I mean, these guys that I met over 4 weeks probably, I mean, these group of guys are like my brothers now. And I want more people to experience that, because I made 27 other friends in 4 weeks, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So it means a lot to be a part of this and be able to share with everyone else that we're a family, and to be able to be leaders out here with all these other men are amazing. And so I'm really looking forward to what it has to offer.
Well stated. Well stated. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And thank you for being Mr. Niles as well, and getting second runner-up in the Mr. Blossom Time pageant. So as I understand it, you are, as a contestant in the competition, you're judged on poise, interviewing skills, community service, and communications, as well as your stage presence and your personality. I can feel the personality already. We're already getting a good taste of that this morning. But tell us a little bit about the poise, the interviewing skills, the community service, the communications. What do you have to do up on stage? Do you have to present something? Do you have to give a presentation? How does this go? Let's hear from our Mr. Blossom Time.
Yeah. So, sorry. For the Mr. Blossom Time competition, we don't have a commercial like the girls. They go out and they present a commercial and everything. But the main things we're judged on, we go out on stage, do our formal walk, and then we have a little spiel that we talk.
A little spiel.
A little
Okay.
spiel. That's the way we refer to it.
Give us a flavor of your spiel.
My spiel, I actually messed up my spiel.
Uh-oh.
It was
You had it written down, right?
I had it written down. It was in my pocket all night. And then I got up there and I was like, oh, I'm done for. I'm done for.
What, you just forgot it?
No, so okay. I'll say it for you.
All right.
Through my role as an assistant manager at Freedom Boat Club, I've learned many valuable virtues. These include perseverance, personability, and teamwork. And this is where I messed up. I just stopped there. But I was supposed to say, and teamwork, that I have applied to my everyday life, especially in my role as Mr. Stevensville. And I am so proud to hold this title. I didn't do that.
You forgot the second half of your spiel.
I forgot the whole second half. I just went, thank you, and walked off. But apparently it worked. Okay.
All right. Well, brevity, I think, was probably another point you got there. So that was good. What? Who else wants to give their spiel? Rowan, I know you do.
Do you guys
Sure,
have
I'll
it written
say
down,
it.
or were you guys just gonna wing it?
I just sent it.
Okay.
I just sent.
Oh, you didn't have to do it you didn't have to do it up
Oh,
there on
you
stage?
had to.
Oh, you had
I
to.
mean, I had it, but I.
Okay.
You know, it was heat of the moment. I kind of just like you said. I mean, I said it a couple times in my head before I went out, and I went out there and I did my best. But mine was 4-H has been a game changer and a huge passion of mine since I was 11 years old. We got to experience many diverse hands-on projects that taught me how to set goals, manage my time, and solve problems, which has built my confidence not only as a leader but as a man. Thank you.
Very
That was
nice. Very nice. 4-H. What was your 4-H project this year?
This year, so my main thing that I've always done is pigs.
Okay.
I'm a big pig farmer, and
All
that's
right.
what I want to go to college for at MSU.
Nice.
But this year I decided to try and show a steer, which is a cow.
Wow.
So
That's a
yeah,
big change from a
big
pig.
change, yeah.
Okay.
He's just a big 1,100
How much?
pound.
Yeah, 1,100 pounds.
Yeah, but he'll get up to like 1,800.
Holy mackerel.
He's just a big puppy. He kicked me the other day, but it's all right. His name's Lenny.
He kicked you. Where did he
He
make
got me in my
contact?
thigh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's gotta
But
hurt.
I was close to him, so it didn't hurt that bad.
Okay.
Farther away, you know, you
I'll
get
take your
more-
word for it.
They get more like
Get more
I
momentum.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah. All
So I was
right.
close to him, but he felt bad after.
Oh,
He came over and he was upset.
that's nice.
It's,
Is that what your podcast is about? Raising steer?
No, so I actually have 3 podcasts.
Okay.
So I do the multimedia productions class at Niles High School.
Okay.
And so the first one I'm a co-host of is called the Viking Huddle.
Very nice.
You can look it up on Spotify if you want to listen.
Spotify, the Viking Huddle.
Yep. And then I have another one that we did for like the class, which is called the American Podcast, which I did which I'm doing with a kid from Coloma.
Okay.
He's a transferred.
The American Podcast.
The American Podcast.
Also on Spotify.
Well, no, that's on.
Oh.
If you look up NHS Multimedia Productions on Google or Safari or whatever,
Okay.
and then your website, and then you can look at all
Niles
of our-
High School. Yep.
You can
Okay.
look at all of our Nilly News, is what we call it. So we make announcements every Friday.
Your third podcast.
Third podcast is Off the Ice, Throwing Iwanic.
Okay.
Refers to my hockey career.
Mm.
So I talk about hockey on that one. That one's also on the Media Productions website.
What's worse, taking a hit in hockey or getting kicked by a steer?
Well, I like to
He
say,
had to think about it.
I like to say a lot of times I'm the one giving the hits, but I'm not. So I'd say getting kicked by a steer is worse.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Braille, you want to talk a little bit about your spiel, please?
Yes. My spiel was.
Is that the
reason-
official name for it, by the way? Spiel?
It
Should
is.
we be
That's-
calling
it
it
is.
something else?
That's exactly
okay.
what it is.
My
Exactly
short
what it is.
presentation, also known as a spiel.
Yeah.
Good.
So they gave us 10 to 15 seconds to tell the crowd and the judges something that they didn't know about us. So they told us to go off of our bio, not like off of our bio.
Yeah, not just regurgitate what's on your bio. Don't
Exactly.
tell me don't tell me something I already know.
Yeah, because with the walk, they read stuff off your bio. So
Okay.
they this is your chance to give them a little bit, you know. So my spiel was, the reason I'm studying psychology is because I have witnessed close family members and friends with mental health issues, and so I've seen firsthand that everyone can put their best foot forward and, you know, get themselves together. So if I can help them put that best foot forward, then, you know, I feel as if that would be my way to change lives.
That's great. That's admirable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. Luke, your spiel. We have no idea what to expect with this.
I'm glad that the other guys voted for me and not the judges, because my spiel is kind of calm.
The best part though is I don't even know it.
So my spiel was that I'm currently employed at Blossomland Learning Center, where I'm a paraprofessional, or in other words, a teacher's aide for young children with special needs. And then I kind of cut it off there. I was like, thank you. And I walked off. But I could have made it after hearing these, man. You don't hear these backstage. So this is the first time I've heard these two. These were good. These were good. It all makes sense now.
Very nice. Very nice. Ross, as Mr. Blossom Time, tell us just a little bit. How was it? Lay out the last 5 minutes before you became royalty. What did that feel like? What was going on stage?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean,
how come?
So first we have our big top 5 announcement where we all come out. We do our onstage question, which we all did pretty well on.
Yeah.
I feel like, but they asked us, What did they ask us?
What's
I'm
our
blanking.
favorite vacation?
It said
Oh, yeah.
Hawaii is a famous vacation spot, and where is your favorite vacation spot? Is what and why?
Okay.
Yes,
Where is
exactly.
your favorite vacation spot and why?
Yeah, and I said that home, my community, that's
Oh.
my favorite communications or vacation spot, of course.
Okay.
And maybe that was a little cheesy, but it really is true.
You're Mr.
because
Blossom time, so it must have been okay.
I'd rather stay home than go on a big vacation, to be honest. But,
Yeah.
so we did that, and then we all go backstage, and we line up for our final crowning moment, and that's when everything like kicks in. You're standing there. I was shaking. Let me tell you, I was shaking, and then they announced what communication awards, They didn't announce scholarships. A ton of awards,
Yeah.
like Poise Award and everything. I got a formal award for my formal walk. And then we all step up there and they come around with the crown. It's a big like build up and boom, you just feel a crown on your head. And
Wow.
it's wow.
So you
It
don't
was
know.
just-
They're coming around.
They're
with the
behind you.
crown.
Yeah.
And so you might feel someone brush behind you and you're like, is the
Mhm.
crown next?
And and that spotlight shined on me and I didn't know what to do. Like, because I know the girls cover their mouths and they're like,
And I told him, I said,
and I was like,
I said,
There's a standard reaction.
I told him, I said, Ross,
This is my standard surprise. Oh,
I said, Ross, you're getting it. Right when we were sitting in the top 5 room, I said, Ross, you're getting it. I bet you're gonna get it. He goes, no. I go, Ross, you're getting it.
And then I started talking to him a little bit. I said, "Look at you.
You
just look like a king.
Like a king." And he said, "Stop it."
all right. So what did
I
you
was
do?
being humble.
How was what was your reaction? How was it?
My reaction, I went, and I pointed to my crown. I opened my mouth, and I was like, because I was surprised.
Yeah.
And it was just in the moment. I don't know. And then the crown started falling off my head.
Oh
And I
no.
was-
I remember that.
And then Harry, Mr. Stevensville 2024, you probably met him last year.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he was like, Ross, we got to get a picture. And he pulled me to the center of the stage. We started taking pictures and it's kind of all a blur from there. I'll be honest.
That's
and then
awesome.
my thanks, of course, I had to thank everyone for helping me get here. I thanked my chairperson, my parents, of course, for getting me here.
Yeah.
Wedding bells for this suit.
Yep.
And then everyone backstage, because the volunteers, they're amazing. They really helped us out.
Yeah, I think that was probably the most heartfelt moment when I heard your Zach East, who's also there last night. He sent us a couple of pieces of audio from the award ceremony, and the first thing you did was you thanked your parents. So that was nice to hear.
I also had a script for that, but I completely went. I went off of it. I couldn't think. I just couldn't think. I just said the first things that came to my mind.
Yeah, because they all told us.
Bring that microphone up if you wouldn't mind, please. Thank
They
you.
told us all to like have us a thank you ready after, and I had mine. And I think when you get up there, you just forget it.
Yeah,
And it's more genuine, I feel
Yeah,
like, because
definitely.
you're like going straight from the heart when you're on the spot.
Love that. All right, we're going to hear more from the 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court in just a few moments. We're going to continue the interview on our video live stream, so tune in there. But it is the 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court. Mr. Blossom Time Ross from Stevensville, first runner-up Brielle. Am I getting that right? Brielle.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. From South Haven, second runner-up Rowan from Niles, and Mr. Nice Guy Award Luke from Berrien Springs. We'll be back in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
So you
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't think Ross would win.
So this is Ross's dad, right? Is this your dad?
Yes, this is my father.
And thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing Ross in this morning. We're on the video live stream, by the way. So no, you're fine. Keep going.
You're live. You're on air.
So you thought it was going to be other people winning.
Well,
Here, come on the microphone if you wouldn't mind. There you
I
go.
gotta tell you, I was so impressed with these guys. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to Mr. Blossom Time before. I'd been to the Miss Blossom Time, thanks. But these guys are polished, man, and Mr. Nice Guy's obviously nice. And but these guys, like you guys are like professionals out there. We're going, Ross doesn't have a chance.
Wow.
And that's
Maybe they know me too
Great
well.
support there.
That's totally different.
Thank
from
you,
what
parents, for
everybody
preparing.
else was thinking. It's it just goes.
No, we were all
it's weird.
bummed out. We were sitting here. Ross is cooked.
My mom said the exact same thing. We got home last night, sat on the couch, and she looked at me and said, I did not think you were going to win. But I didn't either. Like, things like this don't happen to me. I don't win. It's
You do
just
now.
Out of ordinary. Yeah.
You do
It's
now.
awesome.
What are your responsibilities as king?
I have a lot of responsibilities. I mean, of course, representing all 21 communities, as Lainey kindly pointed out last night. I said, up on stage, I said that I wanted to represent my community, but she pointed out that I have 21 more to represent.
Okay. You got all 21 to
I
represent.
got all 21.
21.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. I just have to represent everyone in a great manner and to the best of my ability. And I'm actually pretty worried. I mean, not worried. I'm nervous because that's
You'll be
a lot of responsibility that I have on my shoulders.
Do you have a certain message, or will you develop a message to kind of understand? Here's the key message we're going to be sharing throughout all of our communities that make up Southwest Michigan.
Yeah. So I actually kind of live by a quote in my life. It's hate is always cowardly, love is always wise. Hate is always cowardly, love is always wise. And I live by that, and I'd love all of our communities to live by that.
What does that mean?
It just means, why hate when love is an option? I mean, treating everyone with respect, I feel like that's just a big thing, and it's just foolish to be rude and hate people.
Yeah. Have you seen Facebook?
Facebook needs that quote.
They need that quote.
All of social media.
Yeah, all of social media. Yeah. No, that's true. No, that's a great message. And the great thing is you can bring your anxiety down a little bit because you've got a great court around you to help share that message through the communities. What messages do you want to share as you go through on this reign of 2025? Luke?
I feel like a motto I live by every day that's really helped, because back in the day, I'll be honest, I've struggled with some mental health issues myself. Like it's hard. Life is hard sometimes for everybody, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
And so a motto I live by that has completely shifted my life is I take every day one day at a time. You have today. You worry about today. Get today done, and then you deal with tomorrow. So all of my daily struggles I deal with today. I don't worry about what I got going on tomorrow. I know I might have a test or an essay or something going on tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. I'd take today's problems today, tomorrow's problems tomorrow.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean put stuff off. It doesn't mean procrastinate. It just means don't overwhelm yourself. Because like I said, you have every day.
Yeah, be there in the moment.
Felt
Yeah.
the heart in that, Luke.
Yeah.
Love that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting excited.
I lost my train of thought. I had something else to say, but I don't remember.
If it comes,
I don't remember.
when it comes to you, grab it and go. Rowan, let's hear from you.
I'd say my grandpa, he bought me a necklace, and it had a Bible verse on it, and it was Luke 1:37, and it says, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." And I believe that. I mean, in today's day and age, you can do whatever you want, and I think whatever you want to do, you can accomplish it. And there's going to be ways to do it. You might have to work harder to do some things. You might not have to work as hard to do some things, but if you put your mind to it and you work for it, there's a high probability that you can do it and you can get it done.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Real?
Yes, sir. To piggyback off of him a little bit, I kind of live by you can do anything, because I see myself as a walking example. I moved out of my parents' house this summer. I went to go live with my football coach. I tore up my knee in my fourth game of my football season. I saved all money to buy a car and crashed it. Didn't get much money back because of my insurance. I've been through a lot in life, and you see where I am with these amazing guys, and we're all representing what was it, 21, 27, 28 communities,
Something like that.
Something like that,
A lot. Yeah.
like we're a big deal. Yeah. And to go through all that and still be standing on 2 feet and to let nothing faze me, I applaud myself sometimes, and it's amazing how I can be here with these guys at the same time. I love this.
Yeah, I love that. And I applaud all of you for doing this, stepping up and putting yourself out there. It shows a level of vulnerability to put yourself out there and let yourself, for lack of a better term, be judged, right?
Yeah,
because you're putting
exactly.
yourself out there. Go ahead.
That's exactly how it is. We were judged all night long. All night judged.
What was your favorite part of the competition?
The dance. My favorite part was the dance because it's like during the practices we were getting yelled at a little bit. We weren't on our A game. We weren't locked in.
Yeah.
And so like pageant night comes and I was looking around watching everybody dance and I think we killed it. I think every single person out there did amazing in that dance. That was hands down the best part.
I want to hear more about this.
When they opened the curtain, the people, the backstage, the volunteers
Here,
were like,
hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought. We're going to tell that story. I've got to get back for some weather. It's 7:40. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
2 doors down from Signature Toyota. Visit our showroom or shop our online store today.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
If you're missing the video live stream for the WSJM Morning Show, you're missing a lot. You can check it out on Facebook and on YouTube. We're having a great time with the 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court. We were about to hear some behind the scenes. Mr. Nice Guy tells us that it wasn't always nice being up there because you were getting some significant coaching during the dance routine. Yeah. Can you open that up, and then Rowan's going to fill in some of the blanks here.
So basically, I was saying that during practice, they were the volunteers, the staff, they were kind of on us a little bit.
Why?
Man.
What were you doing or not doing?
It's not what we were doing; it's what we weren't doing.
Okay.
And so there were a couple of us that were messing up. And I'll be
Is
honest.
this a synchronized dance
Yep.
routine?
Everybody
Okay.
has to learn the same moves.
Okay.
It wasn't very synchronized though. I'll tell you that.
we only have 2 practices.
Okay, 2
Think about
practice.
that. We only had 2 practices to learn this dance.
That's tough.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
the first couple of days, even I was forgetting stuff. It was a little messy, but show night last night, everybody, I think they nailed that dance. Like good.
That's fantastic. It was all right.
I thought it was great. But one thing that they said that I had a hard time believing was when they opened that curtain, that the atmosphere that you'd feel would be, I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And I was in the front row and I was the first line and they opened that curtain and I heard everyone screaming, and I don't know about you guys, but my heart like dropped.
Yeah, because to start the dance, there's three lines of us, but we're all facing the back, and the curtain is dropped. So we're sitting there, we're waiting, and it's muffled, but you can hear it. Lainey, the MC, she's like, whatever she said, she was like, "Let's start our show" or whatever, and the curtain raises, and as the curtain raises, you can just feel the screams like coming over your body as the curtain is coming up. It's like this is it, like this is showtime.
You're ready for Broadway.
Right.
I can tell.
Right.
All right. We're going to continue this conversation. Be thinking about this, gentlemen. I want to ask about kind of what your future plans are after 2025, Mr. Blossom Time, after your reign is over. What's next? And how will you spend this year getting ready for that? So we'll talk about that in just a moment. First, we've got to get some more news. Our latest world and national news from ABC, our local news from the WSJM newsroom. Michigan News Network has some news as well from around the state. We'll get our sports from Dave Wolf. It's right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Following another week of reeling markets, the Trump administration tries to clarify what's exempt and what isn't from tariff policy announcements. ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has more on the exceptions for certain electronics.
Tariffs on China still remain even with this carve out on these specific products because Trump had imposed back in February 20% fentanyl related tariffs on goods from China. So those currently do still apply. So all of this is still really complicating and confusing for investors and for businesses to have these pauses and then exemptions and then starting them again, stopping them again. That also takes its toll on the economy.
Market futures are higher today, and Asian markets were up overnight as well. Court documents reveal that the man arrested for setting fire to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's residence over the weekend had planned to beat Shapiro with a hammer. The man was arrested. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Thank you to my parents. Thank you to Wedding Bells for this incredible suit. Thank you to my chairperson. Thank you to everyone backstage. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I don't love hearing that.
It's good. That's Ross Beddick attending Lakeshore High School, representing as Mr. Stevensville. He is Mr. Blossom Time 2025. We have Ross. We have the court here. We have the first, the second runners up, and then we also have Mr. Nice Guy. It's all part of the WSJM morning show. So we're going to go a little off script here and continue talking with them. We're going to make this part of the Moody on the Market update. Let me get my script here. The Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And one of the things we love to talk about during the Moody on the Market update is life in Southwest Michigan and why we love it here. And now, forever to be known for 2025, when we talk about Southwest Michigan and why we love it here, part of it is the Blossom Time Festival. And you are integral in Blossom Time as Mr. Blossom Time and the court. So congratulations and thank you for doing what you do. Our communities really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So we were talking just a moment ago about Ross Beddick attending Lakeshore High School, representing Stevensville and winning. We gave your words last night from last night.
Yep.
You said that didn't make you comfortable. Why not?
Because I blacked out. I don't even remember saying
it. Didn't
that.
sound like
I'll
it.
be completely honest.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was a great moment. And so what did you do in the moments after?
In the moments after, we were rushed off stage. We got pictures taken, and we went to kind of like a press box where we were all interviewed for, I don't even know what we were interviewed for.
No, I don't know who he was. He
Yeah.
said, "Can I talk to you?" And I go, "Oh, sure."
Yeah. So we got a few interviews. We got pictures, of course. All of the other people who won awards got pictures too, scholarships. And then we looked up and our family was standing there screaming our names. And yeah, so that was pretty much that. And then I had to rush back to the dressing room and get all my stuff. And then I went and saw my Stevensville court because they were all waiting for me.
Nice. Great group of support there. And you know, you talk about scholarships, you talk about representing the communities of Southwest Michigan for the 2025. You know, you also have to be thinking about your own future. So maybe I can ask, what do you all have planned? What's after this year as you go forward? Ross, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I plan to earn a material science degree. I want to go to Purdue or Michigan. Those are my top two choices.
Okay.
So if I get into there, then that'd make me pretty happy.
Is this going to help on your college applications?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will. But that's not the reason I'm doing it, of course.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for my community. But I want to kind of go into semiconductors, and I guess it's all in the future from there. I'm not sure much after that.
Yeah.
But being the Blossom Time court, we kind of are like, we're making the future of our communities.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing because we're kind of cemented in history now. So whatever we do now in this following year, whatever we do then, it's going to be cemented in history and we'll make a difference.
Bring some of that semiconductor manufacturing back to Southwest Michigan. That'd be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
if we
try
could do
my
that.
best.
All right. First runner-up. What's next?
What's next for me is, like I said in my spiel, I will be attending either Olivet or Grand Canyon University. So those are my top two right now, still undecided. You know,
Do you have a focus on kind of where you want to go?
I do. I'm going to study psychology and go into family therapy, counseling, basically one-on-one and family counseling. And I feel as if I'm an easy to talk to person. All of my friends come to me and dump their problems on me. And I just, you know, I try to give them the best feedback off of what I know and, you know, off of just pure facts and how they could help themselves in this situation. But once I'm educated a little more on this and, you know, maybe it'll be a little better.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you're on the right road. You're thinking about it in the right way.
I appreciate you, sir.
That's great. No, I appreciate you. Rowan?
I plan on going to Southwestern Michigan College for 2 years and get my associates there. I'm going to do like a half and half. So it'll be 50% coursework from MSU and 50% from from SMC. And then after my 2 years at SMC, I plan to go to Michigan State for 2 years. And I'm not 100% what I want to major in yet. So I might do swine management is my go-to right now.
Okay.
But I am going to do a internship for soil sampling this fall. So maybe I'll like crops more. I don't know. So I'm going to do kind of a research and development here. See if I want to like crops more than livestock, then I go to college for crops. If I still like livestock more, then I go to college for livestock. So
Fantastic. Okay, Luke.
I'm a little bit of both. So I'm going to do of these guys, excuse me. So I'm going to do SMC for 2 years for free, get my gen ed out of the way. And then I'm going to transfer to GVSU for 2 years, get my bachelor's in psychology. And I'm hoping I can either go into child psychology or to become a divorce therapist.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Those are my ambitions
You've
after
got
high school.
You've got very specific plans as well.
Of course.
No, thank you for sharing. Okay, we've got to get a couple messages in. That's our Moody on the Market update for this morning. And Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. We're talking with the 2025 Mr. Blossom Time Court. We'll continue this conversation in just a moment right here on WSJM.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. More legal trouble today for former University of Michigan quarterbacks coach Matt Weiss, along with the university itself and its Board of Regents, with the filing of a new federal lawsuit. The suit filed Sunday adds 40 new people whose private information was accessed by Weiss, allegedly. He's been charged with hacking into computer accounts of college athletes. In Kalamazoo, a security guard was shot and killed at a private event Saturday night. Police were called to a fight in a large crowd outside of a business. Police say 27-year-old security guard Montine Wiley was shot in the chest and died later at the hospital. Another gender reveal gone wrong. A brush fire was sparked by a gender reveal in Assyria Township, northeast of Kalamazoo, Sunday afternoon. Fire officials say it was started by explosives that were used as part of a gender reveal party. Firefighters were able to put out the fire. The baby will be a girl. I'm Beth Fisher for the Michigan News Network.
There's never been a more exciting time to live and work in Michigan. Thanks to businesses like yours, our economic momentum is the strongest it's ever been, setting Michigan up to lead the world into the next generation of technology and innovation. At the Michigan Economic...
All right. No, this is good. I'm potting up the microphones. What's going on?
Hey, I was just
I was fixing Ross's crown.
I was
Sorry, I had my boss calling on the bat phone, and so I had to get to that. But sorry, you were saying, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was talking about my newest Instagram post.
Oh, do tell.
The caption, it's going to be, "The crown is heavy, but it's worth the weight."
Ah, nice.
I know.
Like the play on words.
Yeah.
You're already getting the dad jokes in. This is good.
Hey, people say we're just like each other. We look like each other and we dress like each other. It's
Very nice. Very nice. You must be very proud.
I am very proud.
Good.
I didn't know what to expect at first.
He didn't know what to expect at first. That's very good. Okay. All right. Let's see. We've got more coming up. I think I have more people at the front door. Would you mind? I don't know.
Oh, Cornerstone people?
Probably. I don't know. Would you mind looking? The bat phone is ringing again. Okay. All right. We get all kinds of phones. I used to work at a radio station. Rowan, you'll appreciate this. I used to work at a radio station where right next to where I was broadcasting live, they would have a strobe light going on. And the owner or the general manager of this radio station, the radio station, not this one, would call anytime they heard something wrong on the air.
Oh, really?
And it would just flash in your face until you were off the air. And yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah,
not fun at all.
Filling it up.
How many people do we have coming in here? Who are these people? Hello.
Oh, Ronnie!
This is the entourage?
Ronnie's here.
They all saw the video live stream and they wanted to be here. This is fantastic.
This is Ronnie coming in.
It's a packed
He's
bar now.
He's a
Okay.
Blossom Time volunteer. That was a great help
Okay.
for us.
I'm going to have you introduce everyone who's here in just a moment when we come back, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So, all right, we'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We're talking with Mr. Blossom Times Court for 2025. More in just a moment.
Heritage Southwest, the Van Buren ISD, Midwest Energy and Communications, Michigan Gateway Community Foundation, the Pokagon Fund, and many other local funds and foundations across the region.
There is still time to donate, and your donation will be used to help United Way begin to open enrollment again in the very near future. Go to uwsm.org to help now, and thank you.
Partly sunny skies today. We'll see occasional rain showers at times. That will stay really light, but mild temperature, 63 will be the high. A little bit breezy at times today as well. Partly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to 40. We do have a chance of rain tomorrow, especially in the morning, with a high of only 47. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:54. I'm Ken Lundberg. Fortunate enough to be joined by the Court of Mr. Blossom Time 2025. We want to thank Ross, Briel, Rowan, and Luke for all coming in today. And we want to thank all the organizers of the Blossom Time Festival for making this come together and happen. The pageant for the Mr. Blossom Time was last night. Ms. Blossom Time is coming up this evening. We'll talk about that. That's going to be broadcast live here on WSJM and on Cozy FM up in South Haven, starting at 7 o'clock this evening. So tune in for that. But first off, we had like 20,000 more people pile into the WSJM studio this morning. It's now a packed barn, as Rowan would say. But
Sorry, that's my hockey slang coming in.
no, that's good. That's good. Bring the 4-H back. It's Ross is Mr. Blossom Time from Stevensville. Who else do we have here in the studio right now?
All right. So Ronnie, he's a great volunteer for the Blossom Time organization.
Hi, Ronnie.
Fun fact, Blossom Time is made up of primarily volunteers.
Okay.
So there's only 2 paid staff on Blossom Time, I
Wow.
believe. Ronnie is not one of them.
Okay.
And then
Thank you, Ronnie.
Miss Chris, she is the Stevensville chairperson. So she's here for me, supporting me.
Hello, Miss Chris.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
And then Niles chair people.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah, introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is my chair people. They're well, Caitlin's the one that kind of helped me get into this whole mess, but she
This whole mess.
Yeah, that I'm actually grateful for. But no, these guys have been there for me since I was crowned Mr. Niles, and these guys are amazing. So
Okay.
I appreciate them very much. So
Thank you both.
Caitlin Boyer and Madeline. How do you say Rotondo? Something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
All right. Who was the one that told you were on at 7:30 this morning? Was it one of these two?
I think that was Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin. We got to talk afterward. No, we're fine. No, this is good. And you want to introduce the others that are in the room as well?
Yeah. So my father, Randy Beddick, is behind me.
Hello, Randy.
He's been a great help getting me suits and everything.
Okay.
And
Brandy Rainey,
Yes.
my amazing chairperson from South Haven. She's amazing. She's been doing this for a while, and she's prepared me like no other. Like I said, this is my first pageant. This is my first, everything. I love entertaining people. I actually did my first musical this past winter or spring or whatever, and that kind of helped me a bit with the onstage presence and the way to carry myself and be ready for that. And she's just with the mock interviews and suits and just making sure everything is snippy snappy. Brandy is amazing with that, and I appreciate her very much.
I love that. Thank you. And thank you for coming in. We
One
appreciate
more
you.
shout out to Ronnie. Oh my God, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie.
I love Ronnie. Ronnie's amazing.
Anyone else we need to thank this morning?
yeah, I mean, thank you to everyone who's supported us. I mean, big thanks to the Blossom Time volunteers. I can't stress that enough. They volunteer their time for us. Of course, our chair people, they support us all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. Well, former chair people, which
Now former.
It's kind of bittersweet. Like we get the Blossom Time title and then we leave our community.
Yeah.
But and then I got my suits from Wedding Bells, and they did a great job with that. I'm not sure where you guys got yours from. If you want to think,
I actually got mine from my chairperson. Like I said,
Very nice.
Her with the suits. I don't remember. I think she got it from one of her sons, and I tried it on, and it fit like a glove. So yeah,
Then it works, it
I'm very
works. That's
grateful for
good.
That. So
Okay.
actually, fun fact: my chair people are Brandy, Brienne, and then my name is Brielle. Do we have one more B in there? No.
Wow.
We call ourselves the 4 Bs. So we are yeah, the Killer
You
Bees.
lost me a Brandy.
You may call yourself the 4 Bs, but we think you're first class. So nothing but A's on your part. All right. Anybody else?
And then thank you. My queen has been amazing, and my fellow Mr. Stevensville, they've been great, and I'm sure they've been great to you guys too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. My parents, my guardians, my football coach, his name is Mark Eddy. His wife is Kaylee Eddy. They have helped me tremendously. Like I got to South Haven in the 7th grade. And from then on, I used to ride my bike to football practice actually on a highway.
Oh my goodness, that's dangerous.
Sometimes it was raining.
Yeah.
Once through a thunderstorm, but yeah, they saw that and they were like, "There's no way we're letting you do that again." And from there, we've been really close, and I now live with them. And
the support they've given me is insane. To give your commitment to a kid that didn't come out of you like that is just it's insane. So I want to thank them. I want to thank my aunt, my grandparents, all of them, and I appreciate them very
I
much.
thank you all, and we've got to get to news. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Thank you. 2025 Blossom Time Forward.
Studios, this is WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph, a product of Midwest Family Marketing and Media. Proudly serving our community.
I'm Sherry Preston. A man who police say scaled an iron security fence in the middle of the night and set fire to the